So hey everyone, we're going to be solving the question reverse words in a string today, and the question says, given an input string s, reverse the order of the words. A word is defined as a sequence of non-space characters, and the word in s will be separated by at least one space. There would be at least one space. So we need to return the string of words in reverse orders concatenated by a single space. All right. Now, S may contain leading or trailing spaces or multiple spaces between two words. The return string should only have a single space separating the words. We do not need to include any extra spaces. So the example says the sky is blue and the output should be blue is sky the. Similarly over here, hello world, world hello, and remove the trailing and the leading spaces. All right, yeah, similarly the third example. And here are the constraints. All right, the follow-up. If the string data type is mutable in your language. All right, so the string data type is not mutable in Python, so we're not going to be worrying about that. So since we're doing it in Python, there are several ways to solve this question. One would be to utilize the inbuilt Python functions by just stripping and then splitting and then reversing the words and then just returning them or joining them on the basis of spaces. But let's not do that because that would not be acceptable in an interview where we need to demonstrate our algorithmic thinking. So if we want to do it using the algorithmic thinking, let's see what we can do. Since strings are immutable, what we need to first do is that we can take chars and then we'll create a list out of the string s. Now, we would definitely be requiring a reverse function over here, but let's not worry about the reverse function right now and let's just do it as a pass. Now, let's do one thing. Let's get the length of our chars over here and let's do a reverse on the chars from 0 to n minus 1. All right, and then what we're going to do is, now what will happen is that all the characters in the string are going to be individual characters and then they're going to get reversed, all of them. The issue would be that we won't be able to reverse, like the words would also be reversed and there would be no meaning. So we would want to reverse them. So for that, what we can do is that we can do a for loop. Let's say first we can have a start. The start would be 0 and then for end in range n plus 1, we can check if my end equal to n, or that means that the end has reached the last, or the char of end is equal to space, that means that we have reached the end of a word. What we do is we do a reverse from start to n minus 1, and when we do the reverse we also need to update the start as n plus 1. So this is how the individual words would get reversed. Perfect. Now what we want to do is that we would want to create a words out of my this chars string. So what would happen is that even though if I would have my individual words reversed, the order is reversed and the words are correct, but there would be spaces and everything. So we would do a join on chars and then we would do a dot split over here. So this would work, and then what we're going to do is we're going to return after joining the words over here, because we're going to have individual words in the list but we want to add spaces. So let's go ahead and test it. All right, obviously there are two issues. One is the chars is not the chars was the correct one, and over here we want to define this function chars r is equal to chars r and chars l, and we're going to increment l and decrement r. This should work now. All right, so we still have an issue over here. So we missed a condition over here that while L should be less than R, and this is how it needs to be. Let's see if this works now. Perfect. This is working. Let's try submitting it. It works.